Is that hive still pretty hot, Rodney?
No, they have calmed down.
Okay, good. I was going to tell Cindy to back off a little bit.
This beehive here, for 3 days I got hit 4 or 5 times every time I would come out to the yard. And being early in the spring, the only thing I could contribute to is between day 19 and 21 of their life cycle, they are guardian bees, and I just believe that at that time they had been born and there was just an abundance of bees that were guardian bees instead of foragers. At the next stage, they're foragers.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hot around here for 3 or 4 days, but they have calmed down immensely now.
So in our homestead, the center of everything is livestock, but here it's bees, isn't it, Rodney?
Yes, I do enjoy my bees. I had them in South Carolina when I lived there, and
We're gonna have to move closer to it.
Okay.
there's lots of pollen coming in right now. They've got the lid propolis down, so I'm not
okay.
going to crack it there.
No, it doesn't need to be cracked. They're busy working in and out of there, aren't they?
Yes, I think out of my 7 hives, I was able to get 9 gallons of honey for my 3rd year of beekeeping. This year I will anticipate more. I have empty frames full of wax already built out, so that will help to build the honey production this year instead of the honey going into building wax. I'm not familiar with how much, but I believe it takes up to 2 quarts of production honey to build out a box of wax.
Okay, try again.
Now it's recording again. Sorry, Rodney.
That's all right. But by having the boxes already made with wax, I really hope to boost, up to maybe 12, 14 gallons of honey. Very, very lucrative money making for me. I go to town and sold my honey within 4 Saturday trips to town.
Cool.
So, and there is a canoe I built while I was sitting around. It's been around for a couple years now. Unique. It was a fun project.
Yeah. Beautiful canoe.
I was told that not to use knots and all that, but to me the knots in the wood set it off. It was harder to work around them, and some of them had to be glued back in while I was doing the molding and stuff for them, but it was a fun project, and I will do it again, but bigger, longer.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
What's you got going with your straw over here, Rob?
That's my potatoes.
Your potatoes.
That's an experiment for potatoes.
Cool.
I just decided I would put down some potatoes underneath the straw.
Yeah, over the cardboard.
Yeah. But the lady at the grocery store gave me the bag, and
Yeah.
so
Oh, they're starting to sprout.
they are doing great.
Yeah.
So explain this one, Rodney, what all you did. You just put down the cardboard?
Yeah. Well, I had gardened this area a few years before, but it was just an area that was out of the way, and so I started stacking wood there. This year I decided that I'd keep my wood over there where it was, and so I put cardboard down, and this just happened this weekend. Kind of late on potatoes, but we'll reap what we sow. And the potatoes go on top and just mulching. We're going to try it. I'm going to try sweet potatoes this way also and see if I can't do some good with that. But I don't know, I might need some dirt in there with it. But it's a trial and error.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, free bag of potatoes, you might as well see what you can do with them, huh?
Yeah.
Good,
that's right.
good thing to experiment with, huh?
Yeah. And they're doing good in there. They're really, since we planted them, I can see their growth on it. So.
Cool.
When I moved into this property, one of the first things I done was drilled a well. With a hand auger, It's 32 foot, and I got 15 foot within the first hour and a half, and it took me almost 12 hours of digging to get the rest. I had blisters on my hands. I had to go get my brother to help. I had to go get a neighbor boy to help. It was a chore, but we got a good well that is submersible pump that has pumped overnight with no problems. So
Cool.
it's the first thing that is important in my life for gardening.
Got to have water.
And
Well,
not paying for city water.
Right, right.
Well, that's the benefit of being so close to the river
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
in this part of Kansas. This part of Kansas, being closer to the river, my dad can explain it better, but the water will leach through and catch on perch tables a whole lot better than where we are out in the hills.
Yeah, yes.
We don't get as many. We
You
only
have
have
to find a spring.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to find a spring, or we can do perch tables.
But that's only
they're-
spring and fall water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring and
Yeah.
fall. Yeah.
It dries up in the summer.
That's basically what our well is just a perch table. It's just dug into the perch table.
My father had drilled 2.5 blocks from here, and he hit the river gravel at 18 foot.
Oh.
Why it took me to 30 foot, I must be in the old river
Yeah,
bed area right here.
yeah.
But I mean, we got the Red River rock, the size of your hands.
Huh.
It was tough getting out. I didn't get in, but about 2 foot into the gravel. But at that depth, I'd have no trouble with the water
Right, right.
to be abundant there.
Good.
And they'll just have to check out what their ordinance are. Luckily, we have here we're pretty free of being able to drill a well. Some other cities and towns that would not be a possibility,
Right.
and they could get in big trouble. So make sure if you plan on drilling a well and you live in a municipality, I said that wrong, municipality or city or town, incorporated town, make sure you know what your ordinances are and also what your state and county ordinances are so that you do not get in trouble.
Right, right. I spent 10 years drilling water wells for the city of Oklahoma, Denver City, and just irrigation wells. So it's very important to cap off your top levels with cement to keep anything from going down in your wells.
Right.
It's just a knowledge that is, I guess, you need to know before you go doing things
Right.
into your soil conditions and water tables
Yep.
also.
I didn't realize you'd been a driller. That's awesome. Yeah, you know my daddy's a driller.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. My dad is third generation drilling with an apparatus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's an apparatus.
5th generation with an apparatus.
How fifth?
That's what he says.
That's what he says. Okay.
Oh.
Now they hand dug. They can trace hand digging way
Yeah.
back, way back. So yeah, and then my nephew's coming up.
Oh.
So yeah, so that and he's working. He's almost got his driller's license completed, and he'll be drilling. So that's pretty exciting to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a heritage thing. You know,
Right.
Gary and I are both into holding on to heritage, and that's just a neat thing.
My dad was born and raised around this area. It's old Oldfield area. I know as a kid, I think probably I was in 1st or 2nd grade. He asked Mom to get us out of school and take us out. They were drilling in with a cable tool rig at the time. And we got to go out and watch a gusher.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Get a pressurized line.
yeah, that was just something Dad wanted us to see, you know. And they knew in that area there was a possibility of a lot of pressure. And it was. We watched it. It went for quite a few hours of gushing, but the initial pop, and then it just slowed down to where they
Right.
could get it under control.
As the pressure released.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's neat. Back home where I grew up, the Cimarron River flows underground.
Yes.
And I'm not sure about the Arkansas and the Canadian and some of the other ones, but I know that the Cimarron does, and especially in certain areas. And so I've gotten to see video. I was not there, but gotten to see video. The guy just happened to be out videoing my dad drilling a well, irrigation well for him, and it had a lot of pressure where that water was really flowing hard, and it did that. It tore up some stuff. There's a lot of repairs to do on the rig, but you know they were able to let that pressure down and then hit it. So that was a super neat thing to watch, and it flowed a long time, time. So it was really cool. It's really cool to see.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Gary.
Yeah.
Cindy.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for sharing with us, Rod.
Yes. Yes.
I'll probably have to do it in 2 sets.
That's fine.
Because I can only upload 15 minutes at a time. Yeah.